आता माझी एक बरं मीटिंग विचारलं ते नाव चेंज कर आपण ती नाव साधारण कॉल करतो साध्या कॉल करता हय 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 बरं बरं quality bari आहे
that is why that streaming thing was
so आता ही शेअर कर लिंक शेअर करणे so we can in advance share this link. That's the advantage of this. तू आता रावतालो पय न्ही करपाक गरज ना तू कितें म्हणटिलें म्हाका
this link you cannot it doesn't get generated first.
You don't understand. You are sharing is Zoom. I am sharing is YouTube which I created. You are pairing Zoom with YouTube which you paired just now.
Okay.
So you don't have to wait. You can share the YouTube live link much before because I generated it already. That link. This link I generated yesterday only.
Okay.
Which we are sharing now.
Okay.
तू जे म्हणताना क्रिएट जाता म्हणून ते वापर जाताले ते ऑटोमॅटिक क्रिएट जाता. So you don't use that service, you use this service of connecting YouTube with your own YouTube with whichever Zoom account you have via the stream key. It's ingesting content from Zoom and publishing it to YouTube.
One of you will have to sit on YouTube.
ना आता आणि एक असा हय आणि त्यांचे मॉनिटर करून क्वेश्चन्स दिवपा जाय टू आन्सर.
One of you have to sit on YouTube chat.
Teachers
and I did a
Google Doc कर आणि क्वेश्चन्स घालपा Google Docचे. आणि ते आन्सर करूया मागीर बसून आफ्टर द सेशन.
रेग्युलर फॉर्म करता.
चॅटार येता. And then put in the chat the questions. आणि हाका कोणा तरी मॉनिटर करपाक बसोवपा जाय चॅट. टीचरीक. आणि ते जे स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन ते काढून Google Docचेर घालपाचे. तो Google Doc आमी चॅक आन्सर करपाक. ओके. एक Google Doc क्रिएट कर. तांकां दोन सांग मॉनिटर कर चॅट आणि क्वेश्चन्स पेस्ट कर.
ओके.
चॅटा वयल्यान काढी Google Docचेर पेस्ट कर. ते डॉक आमी हांगा एक्सेस कर.
ओके. म्हणजे शेअर करपाचे म्हणा.
आन्सर करता.
आन्सर करता.
आन्सर.
लाईव्ह आन्सर.
ओके ओके. We will say this is a question asked and this is the answer.
And that can share also in future. Suppose someone needs this thing, that thing can share question answer. It will be like a FAQ type thing.
After you made that,
so BSKT can join as a panelist. So you can join from one laptop and one desktop as a panelist. Okay. And you one person monitor Zoom chat, one person monitor YouTube chat. One person not able to monitor both. Difference is 500 people in chat and everyone and I have 2 people in chat on YouTube. I will still try to look at the question.
No, you don't look at it. Please, you don't look at it. Exact Zoom the, exact YouTube the.
Okay.
The only doc as I said, they will place the questions in the doc.
And then file you can share with you. So you just fill for the
file. Share the Google Doc for us. We have to only answer what is there in the doc.
Okay.
Do I need to keep this YouTube link or can I close it?
No. Right now what you do is, you can't close this now. It's already gone live. You close the video there and close the audio also. In Zoom. Audio, video, दोन्ही बंद कर. Automatically ते blank जातले. Like during practice session म्हणतात काय problem ना. This is the actual link.
It's a practice session.
Same link
we have to join. They're in the background. Once I say start webinar, then all of them will come in a bulk instant. It's not good.
Chrome will burn करा. Memory
So that's my question. Can I close this and just keep Zoom open? Or do I have to
If
keep
you
it?
close now, then this will stop. This stream you
Live.
can't stop. Stop. So it's already created now. So there will be. So we
But my Zoom is also, no, I'm not.
your आता
Afternoon, everyone. Just for everyone's knowledge, just letting you all know, we'll start the session at around 5 minutes past 3. For those who have joined on Zoom, you will be able to use the Zoom chat to talk with me or chat with me. For those who have joined on YouTube, we have a team who is monitoring the YouTube chat as well. They will be answering your questions on YouTube. You can choose whether you want to join Zoom or YouTube. Both will be streaming live. We'll start the session sharp at 3 o'clock. If you have any colleagues who have not joined the session or who don't have the link, you can share the message that I've shared in the group with them so that they also can join. Thank you. Good evening, teachers. Good afternoon, teachers. Your attendance sheet, the attendance link for today's session will be sent at the end of the session. You don't need to type in your name or the school right now. We'll collect that information later when we send you a Google form. Again, for those who have just joined, we'll start the session at 3 o'clock. Just waiting for the others to join. Then we have 10 more minutes. And once the others join, the other teachers join as well, we'll start the session.
तुम YouTube पे चली Zoom YouTube पे Zoom 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 अरे Zoom अरे Zoom
Thank you everyone for waiting. We have 294 participants who have joined us on Zoom, and we have approximately 50 more participants who have joined us on interview. Before we start the session, we have Mr. Rebello, sir, who will be addressing all of you. All right, and after that, we will start the session.
Can also take the I introduce. Yeah.
While Mr. Rebello is just getting ready to address all of you, what I would like you all to do is take out 1 minute. I'm going to launch a small poll. The question is very simple, right? The question is, how many of you all have Parakh on your phone, all right, or on your laptop? I've launched the poll. You can just select an option, yes or no, all right. While you're answering this question, we'll have Mr. Rebello. We're just turning on the video so that you can see Mr. Rebello as well. We'll be addressing all of that.
Yeah.
Video is
Nice. Good expecting.
okay. Mr. Rebello, sir, the video is on right now. While they're answering the poll, I'll hand it over to you. Just to introduce yourself and you can.
Good afternoon to all the teachers who have joined this today's session. I'm happy to welcome you all to this session being launched by Vidya Samiksha Kendra. As you are all aware, Vidya Samiksha Kendra is a national initiative by Government of India, and VSK Goa is currently housed in the SCRT building. The role played by VSK is twofold. One is to create and provide information to all the stakeholders like teachers, headmasters, principals, and the Secretary of Education about the status of current education in the Government of Goa. And the second aspect of VSK is to provide technology tools for students and teachers to upgrade themselves. So on back of that role of Vidya Samiksha Kendra, today's session is being conducted about creating awareness about Parakh in Goa. This is a special initiative being launched under the NEP, in which class 9, wherein we have launched NEP. It has been decided that the students will be allowed to practice the NEP-based portions throughout the year. And for that, why this has been done, what is the intention behind having Parakh for NEP implementation? We have Rebello sir here to talk to you about why we have done this, and then we'll take it forward from there. Over to you, Rebello sir.
A very good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. Now, you know that we have introduced the NEP this year for the 9th standard. There's a huge revamp. There are 8 curricular areas that have been included, of which 6 subjects are the academic. Through Parakh, we intend covering 3 plus 4 to 5 subjects. And the pattern of assessment has been changed this year. There are no internal tests. There will be only semester exam. The semester exam would be total of 80 marks, of which 40 marks would be the MCQ based and 40 marks will be the subjective. And the 20 marks internal assessment will be based on rubrics assessment. So for that 40 mark assessment, VSK is teaming up with the Goa board, I would say the education department, to give the practice for the students on the MCQ. Now with the MCQs being 10, measuring the learning outcomes that have been set, and the teachers as well as the administrators get the feedback regarding how the NEP implementation is going on, but also the student gets the much needed practice for practicing the MCQ type questions, which will help them later on in answering all the different types of exams. We also have Mr. Engineer Rangnekar. He is the convener for our committee on IDA. Shortly tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll be having this type of a video calling system on IDA. Again, IDA is interdisciplinary, is a new subject, entirely new subject, which has been introduced, and he is taken up the responsibility of steering it through. So if he can just have a few words, Mr. Rangnekar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Saish, and all of you. Well, a privilege to address all of the teacher community. Interdisciplinary areas is, if you look at it, is a very complex subject, but if you look at the other way around, I think it is probably the most interesting subjects of all that you will come across, because it's a lot of, I would say, fun, in the sense that it's a cauldron of so many different streams of education that we have. And for the present semester, we have chosen environment as our theme. And we have already completed the work on the book that is going to come up. We are waiting for the MCQ bank to be fulfilled. So once that is through, I think Vilo sir will be releasing the handing over the book to the Secretary of Education, and then we'll formally release it. The whole idea behind interdisciplinary areas, which is different from multidisciplinary areas, is that students should be aware of different aspects of education besides the what we call as the standard recipe of pure sciences, pure languages, etc. And also have an awareness of the environment that we are in, which we are an integrated part, the consciousness about the environment. Several other aspects that come into picture as we roll out IDA in the ninth year, second semester, 10th year, 2 semesters to come next year, etc., where we are touching on aspects of different things like cyber security, cyber crime, social security, social crime, road security, road crime, traffic security. You see today almost every day, at least 3 people are attending moksha, as we call it, on the streets of Goa. So, why is that so? Why is it in Goa so many people are dying? All these things gradually and steadily will address as, fun to learn type of an approach rather than making it by rote. And rubrics is going to play a major role in this. And I'm very thankful to Rebecca sir, as well as Secretary of Education and the Chief Minister for the privilege that we have had to develop this particular interdisciplinary area syllabus for you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Rebecca sir, and thank you, Rangnekar sir, for sharing your insight about why we are doing this. Why we are doing all this.
If there are any queries, they can route it to you.
Yes.
We will get back to you. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you once again. So we'll move on to the actual technical presentation about what Parakh is. So we have our implementation partner, Mr. Convi GDS. This company has been there since inception as a partner with Vidya Samiksha Kendra. The entire technology solution is provided by Convi GDS. And we have Mr. Vivek Peshwe speaking to us about the details of how Parakh has to be used. He'll also introduce to you the details about the academic calendar and how the Parakh questions are now linked to the academic calendar, and how you will be getting questions on weekly basis and the students will be able to answer them. He'll also share with you how you will be able to give the results as a form of a report on your own mobile phone. So all this will be covered in this presentation. What I would like to request you with you is, this is a YouTube live also, so you can watch it later. If you have any questions, please share your questions on the YouTube live chat or Zoom chat, and we are also collecting your questions and we will answer them at the end of the presentation by Mr. Vivek. So I would now like to request Mr. Vivek to take over the technical presentation, after which we will take all the questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hari. And Rebecca sir as well, he's not now there over here, he's left for the day. But thank you, everyone. So let's start. First of all, the question that I asked, right? Have you got Parakh installed on your phone or laptop? Now, as far as I can see, as per the poll, we currently are the majority of us don't know, or maybe have not, don't have Parakh on a phone or laptop. As teachers, it would be useful for you to have Parakh on your phone or laptop, because Parakh is something that students need to do. As a teacher, if you know what is there on Parakh, all right, it will help you answer the students' queries as well properly. So I'm just going to reveal the poll. Let me just see if I can show you all the results of the poll. So on your screen, you will now be able to see the poll result, right? The question asked is very simple. Have you got Parakh on your phone or laptop? Do you have it installed? 46% of you all present today have said yes, which means on Zoom I have around 500 attendees today, which means around 200 or 220 teachers have. But around 263 teachers still do not have Parakh on your phone or laptop. I would please suggest you all have the application installed on your phone, so that you in turn will know what your students are doing or what is expected of them. What I'm going to do today, as Shahis has said, is I'm going to take you all through a small presentation. I will keep the presentation, the deck that you can see on your screen, I'll keep it small. All right, I'll keep it short. I would prefer doing a live demonstration of how to get Parakh application on your phone. All right, and I'll give you all a breakdown on how the students can access the questions, which grades can access the questions, how the questions look, how do the students answer the questions, and what happens after answering these questions. How does it benefit students? How does it benefit you as a teacher to understand whether your student is actually doing good in his studies or not? Right? As Taisa said, right, I will be taking questions. I will not take all the questions to the end. This is a 1 hour session, so I will break it down maybe into 2 parts of 30 minutes each. All right, and I will pause after 30 minutes for maybe around 5 or 10 minutes. I will take a few questions then, and then towards the end of the session, I'll take another set of questions. If I miss out any question, I will ensure that my team captures it and we send the reply to you. In the meanwhile, also please note any updates that are happening in VSK or on these chatbots will be posted in the WhatsApp channel. The WhatsApp channel link has been shared in the chat. You can please click it and you can join the group. Okay, Lalita, I'm just going to take one question. So no, on iOS, you cannot download Parakh. However, on iOS, you can access the Parakh application on the browser itself. So for any further updates on Parakh or on any other chatbots that are planned throughout the state, I would request you to please join the WhatsApp channel. All updates going forward, all right, will be posted on this channel. If required, necessary circulars will also be sent. Okay, so without any further ado, and in the interest of saving everyone's time as well and being quick, I will start with today's session. So this is the Parakh manual that I have. I will be sharing it towards the end of the session in the channel and on email as well. Please ensure that you join the channel. Okay. You can share. So the Swift Chat app is a part of a universe of educational bots. There are a lot of other educational bots. I'm not going to get into all the detail and take up too much of time. I'll leave it up to you to explore. I'm sure all of you will be spending quite a lot of time on your phone, so you can explore it at that time. What we're here today is to talk about the Parakh application. All right. So me even saying the word application is wrong. It's a chat bot. The application is called Swift Chat. Once you download the Swift Chat application, QR code available on the screen. If not, my colleague will share the link in the chat as well. I'll share it in the channel as well later on. Once you access the application or download the Swift Chat application, there is a unique link only specific to Goa, which will be shared in the chat, all right, as well as in the channel as well and on email as well, all right. The link is right now on your screen. I'll share it later in the chat. All right, you can click on this link And once you click on this link, you will have immediate access to the Parakh chatbot. Amit, if you can just ask Saiful to please share the link in the chat to all the participants on YouTube as well. So, now what is exactly Parakh, right? Let's assume you have the Swift chat application downloaded on your phone, you've got the Parakh bot on your phone, all right? The Parakh chatbot has a question set, MCQ questions for grades 1 to 9. It will help students study better from home. Now, Parakh, as the name suggests, is a weekly practice bot to be done at home. The primary place to use Parakh is at home. If a student is not able to do at home, you can of course allow him to do it in the class. But ideally, the ideal situation would be to do it at home, which means you will have to drive it with the parents of the students as well. The same presentation that I'm showing you today, I'll share in PDF format with you, so you can share it with the parents as well. Now, each week on a Saturday, a fresh set of questions and a fresh set of subjects are rolled out on the bot. Practice quizzes are based on topics that are covered in the class. Now, for grades 1 to 8, or rather 1 to 9, we follow the academic calendar which is set by the state. For grades 1 to 8, the pattern or the strategy that we follow is what questions we ask you in the month of July, or rather what topics you cover according to the syllabus in the month of June. Those practice questions come to you in the month of July. What questions or what topics you study in July, those practice questions will be covered in August. So there is a 1 month delay. It gives you 1 month time to complete the portion according to the academic calendar. Hence, it's very critical for you to follow the academic calendar set by the state. If you do not follow, it will result in a student not being able to answer that practice question. For grade 9, it's a little bit different. For grade 9, since we have a semester exam and since we have limited time, you will notice that the questions that are asked are of the portion that is covered in that particular week itself. So, for example, if you cover topic 1, 2, 3 in the month of June, the questions asked in the month of June also will be 1, 2, 3. This strategy is only followed for 9th standard. For 1st to 8th grades, there's a 1 month delay. Now, I will show you the calendar as well. It will give you a brief idea of what exactly I'm talking about. All right. Now, detailed explanations of the correct answers to these questions are also made available on the bot. So the moment you answer, you finish the quiz, it gives you an answer key, all right, and it also gives you remedial videos to the questions that you have got wrong. So my colleague has shared the Parakh link in the chat. I'll share it on the channel as well later on. All right, it's very simple. All you have to do is enter your UDICE code, put in your name and your gender, your class, and you have access to the bot and you can start practicing as much as you want. UDICE code, if a student is not aware, teachers, principals, headmasters, headmistresses, I would request you to please share the UDICE code of your school to the child or the student. All right. You can also share this code, the QR code with the parents so that they also can install the application on their phone. So you have to register with a number, all right? On one mobile device, you can register one number. However, under one number, you can have multiple students registered. I will show you how this looks in the actual demo. I'll just take you all briefly and quickly through the slides. So once you enter the number, you get OTP. Once you type in the OTP, you have access to the bot and the application. You need to then enter your school code, your class, your gender, and that's it. You can start practicing and get access to multiple choice questions. Now, before you select or answer the questions, you will get the option of selecting the subject. Depending on the calendar, it would also differ how many subjects are sent in which week or in which week. You can choose your subject and then start practicing. Once you answer the questions, you will get remedial videos so that you can enhance your concept of the knowledge. Now, this is again on how you can add multiple students. All right, so as you can see on the screen, there's an option called add new student. There's an option start practicing, and there's an option called remove student. I'll go more into detail on this when I'm doing the live demonstration of the application. At any point of time, if you're facing any issues, you can click on the 3 dots on top, click on support, all right, and you can contact us. The contact number is the landline of the VSK cell that is based in SCRT. The email address also is of VSK. Anytime you're facing an issue, you can call us or send us an email. Preferably send us an email with a screenshot of the issue you're facing. It will help us resolve it in a much better way. This is how you can actually share the application with various other teachers and parents as well. All you need to do is click on the Parakh name, view QR code, and it will give you the QR code. All right, so let's do a live demonstration right now. I would like everyone to please do pay attention. All right, yes, the recording will be available. If by any chance you end up not paying attention, we do have multiple sessions scheduled. You can join one of them later on as well. So once I enter the OTP, I'm not going to go through the entire OTP process, but once you download the SwiftChat application and click on the Parakh link, the first thing it is going to ask you is your UDICE code. For now, I'm going to enter a random UDICE code. You just have to bear with me for a minute. There's a slight, my system is working a little bit slow, so please bear with me for a couple of minutes while I'm entering the UDICE code. So the UDICE code is a 11-digit unique code that is given to you by the central government. All right. If you are not aware of your UDICE code, you can Google it, use Google, put in your school name, and it will give you your UDICE code. Right. So once I enter the UDICE code, it will ask me to confirm the details. So the UDICE code that I've entered is GPS Naikawada Mandrem, pair name, zone is North Goa. I will confirm this is my school. If not, you can re-enter the UDICE code as well. Once I confirm that yes, this is my school, I will need to select the class. I will not select class 1 now because class 1 has just started. So there are no questions for class 1 at the moment. All right, what I'm going to do is I'll select class 2. So in the current month, all right, there is content going on. Now, what content is going on? I would love, I mean, in the interest of time, I'm not going to run another poll, but it's a question all of you all should be able to answer based on what I've explained, right? Since we are in the month of June, or rather June month is not, or rather we're in the last week of June, right? We are still sending revision content of the previous grade. So a lot of you who have been answering on Parakh had questions, you know what, it's not matching the syllabus of the June month. That's because in the current month, we are revising your previous grade concepts and learning outcomes. Come from the 5th of July, the 5th of July, you will have the June content. Whatever you have taught in June will be followed. I'll select my gender as male. It will then ask me to type in my name. I am going to put in my name. Once I put in my name, I again hit the send button. So it did not accept the name because there is a special character. So you have to ensure that there is no special character in the name. I'm going to type in the name again. And now it will accept the name. Once the name is entered, it will give you 4 options. One is add one more student. Second is start practicing. Third is remove student. And the fourth one is change of medium of instruction. Now, thanks to our SME team, Poonam and Archana that we have here, we have been able to introduce we had promised a lot of people last year as well that we wanted to introduce Konkani as a subject or Konkani as a medium of instruction. Thanks to them, we have now been able to introduce Konkani as a subject as well. So for grades 1 to 4, in certain weeks, you will have Konkani as a subject as well for practice questions. So what I'll be doing now is I'll click on start practicing. Once I click on start practicing, now because this is a bot that I have used multiple times to show in various schools, it will give me a list of students, not just one name which I have put in as Saish, but it will give me a list of students that I have. So this is what I mean by you can have multiple students registered on one device and of multiple classes. So I'm just going to select one class for now, all right? So I entered Saish, so let me select Saish class 2. And it will now give me questions. It will now actually tell me which subject or rather, let's see what happens next. So once I enter the name, it will ask me to confirm the name. I say yes, the details are correct. Once I confirm the details, it will tell me which subject questions do we have this week. So in this week for class 2, there is English and the number of questions are 12. I will select that option. It will confirm if I'm ready to start. I will click on yes. This is how it will ask me the first question. So in this particular week, we had a small technical issue. There was a small coding issue because of which you can see some few special characters. However, my tech team is currently working on it and it should be corrected. But overall, this is how the question looks, right? Identify the correct lowercase note, click on the image to zoom. You can click on the image, it will zoom in. A child can see the image, come back. Select the option. Once the option is selected, it will pop up the next question. Now, before I move on to the next question, all right, the technical issue that I said before, any such issue that comes up, and if you pick it up, you can again send us an email or you can just send me, you can call up the contact number by using the support button and let us know what the issue is. for now, what I'm going to do is to show you what happens after all the questions are answered. I'm going to select some random options, all right, for all the 12 questions. Yeah, Joy, I'm just going through all the questions, which is why you may not be able to hear me. All right. Just selecting some random answers to show you what will happen after I answer all the questions. So as you can, it's a little bit slow on my end. All right. That's because I have multiple applications running on my system right now. However, when you're using it on your phone, you will see that the response time or the speed is much quicker. It will not take so, it'll take maybe less than a minute for the question to actually load. So there are 12 questions in total. I've finished answering 9. I've got 3 more questions to go. And it's the 11th question. I'm going to give a few answers right. Don't want to get a very poor score. I was not talking. And that's the last question that I get. I'm just going to read out the question. The given picture, the child is, so I'm going to mark sad. And that's the last question. So once I answer all 12 questions, what's next? So once I answer all 12 questions, first thing it will do is provide me the answer key. Alright, it will give me a PDF document of which answers were actually right. It will tell me my score. So I scored 9 out of 12. And if there are any videos or remedial videos available for that particular question within our library, you will get to watch those remedial videos as well. So for example, as you can see, it has given me a couple of videos to refer to. Now, unlike other applications where this link might throw you through to an external application, these videos, they play within the application itself. So these are all remedial videos that you get. To all the answers that I have got incorrect. Once I have completed the questions, I have the option of going back to the home menu or continue practicing. Now, I will not click on continue practicing because this week we had only one subject, which was English. If I do click on continue practicing, it will not show me any more subjects because I have already taken the quiz. As of today, you can take the practice quiz just one time. You will not be able to repeat or rather retake the quiz. However, again, that's work in progress and maybe in the future, it might be possible. So as you can see, the message that you get, all your quizzes are completed. You can come back maybe the next on Saturday to take the new quiz again. Now let's assume that rather than doing this on a phone, you have done this in the school because the child does not have access to a phone. And now since I have finished answering the quiz, you want an other student to actually answer the quiz. You can then click on the home menu. And remember the small menu card I showed you all in the beginning where you get the option of start practicing, add a new student. You will come back to the same menu. And you can choose to add a new student. Again, once you click on add a new student, it will ask you to populate the UDITE code, the name, the gender, and the class again. And once he is registered, he will show under the start practicing list. And then you click on select response, it will give you the entire list of students that have registered on that one device. And this is how it is, right? That's what Parakh is, right? One subject for an average child would maybe take around 15 minutes to practice, maybe less, all right? But maximum we assume maybe 1 minute per question, so that would be around 12 to 15 minutes per question. At any point of time, if you're stuck somewhere and you don't know what to do, and you want to go back to the start to start the entire process again, the small 4 squares that you can see here, with my mouse button is hovering, you can click on that and click on home menu. And it will take you to the first step again, where you can register a new student or start practicing, or even for that matter, change the medium of instruction again. So this is how the first to 8th grade looks. For the teachers who are in 9th standard, I know it's very critical since NEP has been implemented. You want to see how it looks for you as well. So the question format is similar. However, the questions are a little bit different. Like we are focusing last month, or rather this month, we're focusing more on maths and science. So I'll show you how that looks as well. So since I have already registered a 9th standard student, I don't have to add a 9th standard student. On the same device, I can now access the class 9 content or class 9 practice quiz as well. So if I select class 9, under class 9 for this particular week. So if you see class 9, the school has changed. So as you can see, which is very obvious now, on a device, you can have multiple students from multiple schools also registered. So for example, I had a recent question, right? A teacher asked me, my children are in 2 different schools. can they do it on the same device? Yes, you can register students from different schools, from different grades on one device. However, you have to keep one thing in mind. When you're logged, you can be logged in on a device at one time only. For example, if I log in using the same number on my phone, I will get automatically logged out from the system. Because I will take a question once I complete the 9 standard demo. I'll just confirm, yes, my name, the details are correct. So because while it is actually populating, I'll answer your question as well. Yes, Marathi is available. Once I complete this demonstration, I'll show you a calendar view. All right, of which we have, there's a particular calendar which we have scheduled, which subject should go out in which week. And every Saturday when I send the quiz link, I send a calendar also of what subjects are covered in that particular week. So what I would request you is please join the WhatsApp channel if you have not joined yet. I will ask my colleague to post the channel link again. So coming back to Parakh, for class 9, as you can see, there are 2 subjects this week for 15 questions each, Maths and English. Last year we had only up until 8th standard. Because of the NEP, we have now taken in the 9th standard as well. So I'm going to select Maths. While I'm here, someone is saying can't hear me properly. I hope everyone can hear me. If any of since Harshal, I think so everyone is able to hear me clearly. I would suggest you please check your connection. If not, don't worry. The session is live on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube as well. If by any chance you miss, we have another session scheduled on 12th and 26th as well. So I'll start with the maths question for grade 9. It will confirm, are you ready to start? I will say yes. Once I click yes, it will populate the questions. So the questions again is, you get questions one by one. It does all 15 questions do not populate. So for every question, you will see an option. Currently, as I said, right, the special characters that you see is a small technical issue that we have, all right, which we are in the midst of correcting. So for now, I'm just going to select an option. Again, I'm going to select random options to complete the 15 questions. The same procedure again repeats itself. The flow remains the same, where you get a question, you get 4 options. It's always an MCQ question. If you want to zoom in on the actual picture or the photo of the image of the question, you can click on the image like I'm going to do now, and you can maybe view it in a full screen if you want to. Once you click on the image, it will take up your entire screen. Once you're done seeing the image, you can just click on the back button. Once I'm there, I'm going to select the random option again. So again, you might say I'm not speaking, but I'm just speaking. I'm just waiting for it to load. I'll be selecting the questions randomly. In the meanwhile, while I'm doing the questions, if anyone else has any question, please do put it in the chat. I would be more than happy to answer your questions now. All right. Because what we want you to do is once this session gets over, all right, once you have joined the WhatsApp channel, I will be posting a message in regards with this week's quiz. What I would want you to do is, as teachers, take the accountability and the responsibility to please forward it to all the parents. I understand some students might have devices of their own. However, you have to understand some students may not be having devices of their own. All right, they may be using their parents' device. So the parents will need to install the application on their phone. Some parents might come to you saying, you know what, why should I install this application? It's very simple, right? Imagine as a student, all right, you're getting practice questions, a set of practice questions ready-made in MCQ format, especially for the higher grades. MCQ questions becomes even more important because your entrance exams in the future will have a lot more of MCQ questions. So this is practice for you not only on your MCQ questions, but also on the curriculum that's there for the year. All right. So if you can convince the parents of this importance, I'm sure no parent will say no. In terms of subjects, Samruddhi, every week there is a different set of subjects. So if you join, I usually, me personally, and maybe my team as well at times, will post the quiz link along with the subjects also that is available for that particular week. Every week, the set of subjects will change. Now, how that is decided, once I complete this 9th standard quiz, I'll show you a tentative calendar that we have created, all right, where we have a calendar in advance prepared in which week, which subject quiz or which subject practice question should go. Now, I know everyone says the week starts on a Monday. However, the Parakh quiz is launched on a Saturday. It starts every Saturday and ends on a Friday. The reason being, Saturday and Sunday usually are holidays for certain grades, or at least Sunday is a holiday. Parakh is meant to be a home practice or a digital home learning chatbot. We want the students to practice at home. If a student wants to practice in class, you can give that person option depending on the situation. If the device, if the child maybe does not have access to a device for that particular week, or because of any particular reason he does not have access to a device, you can then allow the student to do it in the school. But the ideal scenario is the student should do the practice at home. You can do it in school, but it will take up a little bit more time of yours. You'll have to allocate a different set of time for them to do it in school, which is why please promote it at home. Initially, yes, understandable, let them do it at home in the class need, but primarily, this application is to be used at home only. And it's an open book test, right? It's a practice quiz. It's not a closed book test, it's an open book test. All right. So they can, even refer their books if they want to understand the problems. Just give me a minute or two. This slide, internet connectivity issue. So we've finished 8 questions. Anyone else has any questions? Somebody, I hope I've answered your question clearly. It would be great, if someone over here who has used the SwiftChat application in the school, or your students are using the application. Do you have any feedback as well? You can put it in the chat, or any best practices that you follow that can help the other teachers in this, in this session today, actually, maybe promote it in their school or get the students doing the school. Please feel free to share in the chat any best practices or challenges that you have. Got this is the 10th question. Got another 4 more questions to go. So the other day, while the questions are populating, again, one more question that I came across the other day, all right, a few teachers asked me, right, WhatsApp channel, why should we join? Again, what is the privacy on it? So just for everyone's, to let everyone know, the WhatsApp channel that is created, no one can see anyone else's number unless you already added in that or you know that person, all right, all numbers are hidden, okay, so no one can, get your number as well. Right? Samruddhi, yes, it will be there for all the subjects. WhatsApp channel link, it's already posted, Ravina, before. My colleague will share it again in the channel. Currently, we have around 1,000, more than 1,000 followers already on the channel. All these followers are teachers only, all right? So please do join it. For people who are new to Parakh, you can ask your colleagues as well. They have used Parakh before, all right? You can maybe get some best practices from them as well. So can you share the WhatsApp link again, please? Yeah, sure. All right. At least down to the last question. So once I've answered all 15 questions, it will give me the answer key. All right. And if there are any videos that are mapped to those particular questions which I've got wrong, you will get a set of remedial videos as well. Unfortunately, my score was low. All right. Score 2 out of 15. All right. This is what a student can see. As you can see, it will give me the score. It will give me the answer key. And it will give me some remedial videos as well. Now, to answer any one question, so Sudha, you have a question how to know the number of students answered and not answered? Yes, I will come to that as well. So, there was an initial, a lot of people had asked me a question, what are the subjects? How do we know what subjects are there? So, as I said, every Saturday, I will share the list of subjects for each grade for the practice quiz. How we come to that conclusion? So, what we have also done is, I have prepared, or rather the state, or we have prepared a calendar in advance, right? Which tells me which subject should go out in which week. So for example, if I see in the week of 6th of July, which is come this Saturday, for grade 1, Marathi, for grade 2 as well, Marathi, for grade 3, EVS, for grade 4, EVS, I think so that answers someone else's question as well, who had a question, what about third subject? So currently we have a few subjects, maybe you will not find all the subjects practice questions, but as time passes, we will be introducing more subjects. So this is a tentative calendar that I have prepared, basis which every week we decide which subject should go out in which week. In certain weeks, for example, in the week of 3rd of August, you will see a revision also happening, right? So if you see, not 3rd of August, but towards the end of August. So if you see the month of end of August and the beginning of September, there is a revision as well scheduled. So this is how we follow a calendar, how we know what subject should go out in which week. The difference again is for 1st to 2nd grade, all right? We are following a 1 month delay. So for example, as I said before, what topics you cover in the month of July, those questions will go out in August, except for grade 9. Now for grade 9, what is taught in July, the practice questions will go out the same month. as Vibelo sir said, you'll have a semester exam coming up. So to avoid any delay of questions and ensure that the students have access to maximum number of questions before the exams or the semester starts, we have prepared a calendar for them in such a way that the questions for that particular month only are asked. At the end, last week of September, we will start with the revision. I hope that answers the question on how we decide what subjects for which week. Again, reiterating, you don't have to take a screenshot of this or memorize this. Every week on the WhatsApp channel, I will let you know which subjects are there in that particular week for practicing. Now, someone else had a question. How do we know how many students have done? Now, as of right now, again, we are working with, there is a admin view that we have, where I am able to see the participants for all the schools, or rather the number of students. We don't identify which student, but the number of students that have participated, I am able to see. That's an admin view I have right now. We are in the process of getting a way wherein I can share that dashboard with you, wherein you can see only your school links, all right? For now, I'm just going to show you something, all right? Maybe in the future, I'll be able to share this with you. However, there is an alternative method on how you can see how many students from your school has participated. I'll show you that as well. Let me show you the dashboard first. So this is what all of us at VSK, even the Directorate of Education and the SCRT come every week together and see. Now we have been monitoring this for the last 1.5 years. And we have pulled up, we know now which schools are participating, which schools are not participating as well on a regular basis. All right. So if I see for this particular week, the dashboard is just loading, just give it a minute. So for this academic year, right, let us assume it started from the 1st of June. Till date, we have 9,800 students who have participated out of 462 schools. Now we know which 462 schools this is. All right, in Goa, we have around 1,400 schools approximately. This includes private, aided, and government. All right, list of these reports are being shared with the director, with the VSK office, VSK nodals. All right, you may be receiving calls very soon on reasons of why you're not able to participate or what are the challenges. All right, my suggestion would be please pick up the pace, all right, and start participating. As soon as possible, we will try and make these dashboards or this data available to you so that you can see your school data. All right. You can see how many students from which class also has participated. All right. In that particular week. I can even understand from which block, what is the maximum participation, what is the grade-wise bifurcation of the students, how many are participating from North Goa and South Goa. But most important, right, for teachers, what we're trying to do, how does this benefit you as teachers where you're today? We will be able to give you a breakdown of the performance for every subject and every learning outcome. You will be able to track the progress of your class, not your student, of your class on a particular learning outcome. Now, many of you may have the question, why class? Why can't we see student? Because right now we have not integrated student level data. We have only class level data. All right. And you will be able to see how much a person is scoring on that particular learning outcome. Now, other than the dashboard, this is also available on another live report spot, which I am going to show you now. Dashboard access will be provided at a later time once we figure out a few technical issues that we are facing. But on the chatbot as well, where you were interacting with the Parakh chatbot, there is another chatbot called the live report spot, which I will show you in a minute. Let it just load for a minute. on my screen, you may be able to see a lot of other bots, alright, because we are developing these bots for every state as well. However, you will be able to see only the Goa specific bots for yours, made for Goa. The link to this chatbot I will share on the WhatsApp channel. Alright, so you can access your school report card as well. That quickly happens. So it will give you the option of downloading the weekly practice report card. Let me just start from the beginning. Show you the entire process. So I'm just going to start from the first step. Now, if you have not participated on Parakh, your report card will not be generated. All right. So I'm just going to share. I'm going to say I'm a teacher. What this chatbot will do is then it will give me a cumulative report card of Parakh. I can select the class for which I want the report card. Select another grade. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to try and enter a different UDI's code. All right, to generate this report card. Then once I enter, it will give me the school details. Yes. As you see, it down gives me a report. And click on the download button. Once I download the report, save it. The PDF document, so you'll be able to PDF format. And it will tell me the overall performance, class, cluster, block, district and state averages. What is the subject scores, average everywhere in Goa, cluster, class, block, district, state. And your sixth standard, what are your scores on each and every learning outcome? This is what a report looks like. We are also in the process of enhancing this report card, wherein you may very soon get the total number of students who have participated in that particular week put over here as well. Again, that's work in progress, but as of now, you will be able to track the performance. For teachers who want to monitor how many students are participating every week in your class, some of the best practices shared by some schools who are, doing Parakh on a regular basis is just asking your students in class how many students have done Parakh. A show of hands is more than enough right now. See, and yeah, that's what it is, right? So that is what it is. I will be sharing these two bot links in the chat. If you still have not joined the WhatsApp channel, please do join there. All further updates in regarding announcements, trainings that BSK conducts for these chatbots will be posted over there. And if any required circulars are required to be sent, we'll be sending the same there as well. But this ends the session for today. I would be more than happy. Can you hear me now? Okay, are you able to hear me now? Yes. Okay, great. I am sorry. I hope you all were able to hear what I was saying. Maybe just in the last few seconds it got muted. All right. So let me just see. I'm just going to take a few questions. If anyone else has any questions, please do ask them. I'll just contact my team. All the questions are copied in the thing. Okay. So, I'm just going to go through some questions. So the first question is, what is Parakh? So Parakh, as I told you, is a chatbot. All right, it's available on the Swift Chat application. You need to download the Swift Chat application and then click on the Parakh link. Parakh chatbot is only specific to Goa. All right, no one else without the link can access the bot. Even if you try to search for the bot, you will not be able to access it. So please join the WhatsApp link. We'll share the links with you. My colleague is being kind enough to share the Parakh links in the chat as well. All right. We want to know about ninth standard assessment pattern. So ninth standard assessment pattern, I think so. Developer has already addressed that. Today's session is about Parakh awareness and orientation. Please share the QR code once again. I cannot share the QR code on Zoom, but I will share it on YouTube. In the WhatsApp channel. Please ensure that you have joined the WhatsApp channel. Swift Chat channel is not showing on WhatsApp, so it will show. You need to click on your status icon and then, it will be there on top. I myself, first time I've used channel, so it was something new for me. My colleague has posted the channel again. Please click on that link and you will be able to then click on follow the channel. Next question, one of my students mentioned that she cannot proceed with the test because she had previously registered at a different school. Could you guide me on how to change the school for a registration? So this question was asked by Jennifer. So Jennifer, the answer to your question is, right, it's very simple. So you need to click on the home button and start the registration process again. So for all those who have this question, I'm going to repeat it. All right. Wasim sir, 9th standard questions regarding exams, that you'll have to direct the questions to Rebello sir. Today's session is only about Parakh. Parakh has multiple choice questions that will help students prepare for these exams. How the exams are, when they are going to start, the papers, that will be handled by Rebello sir. Today's session is only an orientation on the Parakh chatbot, which will help you understand multiple choice questions and how to answer them. So Jennifer, to answer your question, what you need to do is click on home menu. And you need to start the registration process again. So you need to then add a new student. And the student needs to enter the UDICE code again. And then he or she will get the option of selecting his, entering his name, class, and selecting the subject again. If you're still facing an issue, please do send us a screenshot on the email address. Class 9 subject. Okay, next question. What about Marathi third language? Is there anything? Yes, Marathi is there. For certain grades, we have Marathi first to fourth, we have Marathi subject. Questions will be coming very soon. Every week has a different subject. So your subject Marathi also will be there. With the help of Poonam madam and Archana madam, we are creating content, fresh content for Marathi and Konkani, and it will be available for certain grades only. Formal release of IDA textbook, again, that question not to be answered today. Today is only a Parakh orientation program. Sanskrit, sir, not yet. We have not put it on Parakh yet. Once we do add it, we will let you know. Will this Parakh available for all subjects? Not all the subjects. Whatever subjects we have content for, yes, it is available. As time progresses and we get more participation from you, feedback from you about subjects that you want, all right, we'll try and add as much as possible whenever possible. 9th and 5th standard students have to register the year because they were answering Parakh last year. No, they did not register again. However, if the student has changed the school, he or she will need to register again because he has to get tagged to your school. So it's the same thing. You click on the home menu and you enter the UDICE code again. Is it compulsory for students to answer the test? Yes, it is compulsory. Procedure to log in as a teacher. Ma'am, you can use the same procedure to log in. The procedure for logging in for a student and teacher is the same. Teacher needs to log in. Reason being, you need to know what questions are being given to your students. So tomorrow, if a student asks you about a difficulty he or she is having, you are able to answer. How do we send the links to parents? Number on Saturday. Students answer Google form, send it back. This question is asked by Katia Flores. Katia, you need to forward. You need to join the channel. If you have not joined the channel, please join the channel. I will send you the link and the subject schedule for that week. You need to forward that to your parents, to the students' parents. Or if you must be having a PTA group or a small group with the parents, you need to forward it there. If you're not able to forward it, you can ask the students for one time to come in the school and do it as well. In case a student misses the last week test, can he answer it next time? So the quiz for that particular week remains for that week. Once the week is over, he or she cannot go back to the quiz as of today. We are looking into it. We have taken that feedback. We are looking to develop a way wherein a person can retake a test. As of right now, you can take the test only one time. You can take it only in that particular week. How to log in as headmistress? The procedure for logging in for headmistress, principal, student remains the same. Madhuri, Swift chat is not on the WhatsApp channel. WhatsApp channel is for you to join. After the session ends today, I will give you the Swift chat link over there in the channel. Can you send the link which can be copied in my WhatsApp as it's not on my device? Standard 9 questions, social science will be separate. For standard 9 questions for social science, history and geography questions will be on the same. It will come under social science only. It won't be treated as two different subjects under Parakh. So Marathi content for certain subjects, we are in the progress of translating them. All right, some of them have already been translated into Marathi and Konkani. All right, you can access it when that subject is available in that week. All right. How many students have difficult using the Parakh and change the class? So Jennifer has a question. No, not Jennifer. This was a question by Supriya Navelkar. Many students have difficulty in re-registration. Madam, please send us a screenshot to the email ID. Email ID is vskde.go@gmail.com. All right. Send us a screenshot of the error your students are facing, and we'll try to resolve it for you. Assessment criteria for 9th standard. Again, that's a question you need to ask Repello sir. This question, the session today is only for Parakh orientation. What about students who have no access to internet? For students who don't have access to internet, you can ask them to come and do the practice in the school on the computer. If you have a computer in your school, you can ask them to practice on the computer. You can register multiple students from multiple classes on one device, and you can ask them to do it in the school. Sanskrit, not yet there on Parakh, sir. Maybe in the future, near future, we will try to add Sanskrit. Someone wanted the Parakh app download link. Please join the WhatsApp channel. We'll share the link with you over there. Does Parakh have any connection with holistic report card? In the future, yes. Parakh will be connected to the report card. All right, but again, everything is in pipeline. If not Parakh, we will have something or the other connected to the holistic report card. The end goal is to generate a holistic report card. But a holistic report card can only be generated once students participate regularly on the assessment boards. Parakh is just one board. There will be multiple boards in the future regarding assessments for students, for teachers as attendance, student attendance. All right. We will be integrating all this, and yes, in future, a holistic report card is in the pipeline. But before the holistic report card comes in, you need to be actively participating on these other boards. These other boards like Parakh, like the attendance board, like the live report boards, these are data points. Whatever data or whatever you answer on that board, that information is shown in the or will be shown in the holistic report card. So first, ensure that you're using the chatbots. All right. Only if you use the chatbots, then we can think of making a holistic report card. That is the end of the questions that I had today. I hope that answers all your questions. If you still have a question or any other doubts, or any of your colleagues have not joined today's session, we have another session scheduled on the 12th of July. Same time, the link is the same. It will be streamed on YouTube as well. You can join it on 12th of July as well. I will send a reminder message on the WhatsApp channel. Please ensure WhatsApp channel everyone joins. If any of your colleagues have not joined today's session, please ask them to join the session or join the WhatsApp link. All announcements regarding training sessions, workshops will be posted in the WhatsApp channels. Thank you so much, everyone. Saish, any closing statements from you?
So thank you, teachers. I hope you have got a lot of information about what Parakh is. This is just beginning. We'll be having sessions every 15 days to answer your questions and for you to know more about Parakh. So please stay tuned. As we have already shared, there is a WhatsApp channel. On this channel, we'll be continuously sharing information and updates for you to know. For class 9 standard teachers, the academic calendar also has been shared. So all the questions that are going on Parakh will be aligned to the academic calendar, and the subject-wise allocation of weeks has also been shared in that same link of the academic calendar, where you can check which week of the month, which subject questions will be available. So teachers have to please make a note that they have to inform the students to attempt these. Also note to the teachers that as per the NEP implementation, Parakh answering by the students is mandatory. Look, please make note, teachers, that please ensure that the students either answer Parakh at their homes or in the schools. At schools, we can use the computer lab, and you can create multiple. Multiple students can use the same system to log in into the Parakh app and answer the questions. The reports are also available school-wise for your information on the Parakh app itself on weekly basis. So you can check the performance of your school students vis-a-vis your block, your taluka, and the state. That will give you a fair indication of the performance of your students across the state. Any questions that you have in between the next session, you can please ask in the WhatsApp channel. We'll be sharing information for that again. Okay, WhatsApp channel you cannot ask. You can send the email to us. We're sharing the email address of us. You can please email us your questions and we will answer to that. We have shared the WhatsApp channel. We have also shared the email address. We'll also share the Google form for attendance once again. Please share the Google form. I request my team to share the WhatsApp channel in the YouTube chat also. So we have shared the links. Thank you, teachers, once again. It was very nice to have you all attending this session. The next time also we will have the Zoom meeting as well as the YouTube link for your information, because we cannot accommodate more than 500 teachers in the Zoom. So we are also sharing the link via YouTube. Today we have over 800 teachers attending this session. We hope to see similar numbers next time as well. Thank you, and like to see you once again. Thanks to my team, Vivek, and all others who have been seriously doing all the work in the back end. Team of my teachers here, and Vidya Samiksha Ken. Thank you to all teachers. Good day.